Holy crap, does this rabbit hole go deep? What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Smash JT. And Gamergate 2 is well underway, if you are to believe what the media in the video games industry is trying to push out there as a narrative. I was just hanging out last night, chilling with my family, and I got a ping on my phone about a message that got shared on Twitter with this article from a site that I've never heard of or seen before called Takethis. And I can't even begin to try to unravel this web of lies. I'm going to cut through all the BS and check out smashjt.com for my article if you want the links and stuff. But for this video, I want to talk about the specific article on Takethis. If you're reading this, you've probably been hearing about what's now being called Gamergate 2. Whoa. Hold up just a second. Who's talking about Gamergate 2 except for the people on the side of Sweet Baby Inc., propelling this narrative forward that gamers are the problem, the issue, the people that are causing this catastrophe in the landscape of the video game industry. But wait, if we back up a little bit and look at the situation for the reality of what it is, Sweet Baby Inc. started this themselves. It's almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy. The people that work at Sweet Baby Inc. were trying to get a Steam curation group taken down. And the person who created the curation group, they were trying to get him canceled, get his account removed, and ban him from Steam because he had the audacity, he dared to create a curation group of compiling the games that Sweet Baby Inc. had worked on. How is that a bad thing? By the way, talk about insecurities to the nth degree. If someone is compiling a list of games that your company worked on, shouldn't you be proud of that? I mean, I would be if someone was going to Steam saying, here's the list of games this company worked on. I would be like, cool, yeah, now people have a list of games that we worked on. Unless there was a reason why people would want to be avoiding us. But anyways, back to this Takethis article. It's the latest targeted harassment campaign within the game industry, and it's aimed at Sweet Baby Inc. Is it now? Because last I checked, that Kotaku article only showed one side of the story. A very biased, very heavy on the Sweet Baby Inc. love, very anti-consumer, anti-gamer approach, where it only cared about Sweet Baby Inc. and anything or anyone that said anything negative about Sweet Baby Inc. was automatically in the wrong. And I see this myself on Twitter. When this Takethis article got shared, all I did was respond to this doctor on Twitter with some additional context that was definitely missing from this article. And I shared 4 screenshots from 2 different employees at Sweet Baby Inc. and just the things that they had said and some actions they were calling the community to do on canceling this Steam curator guy. And what happened with that? The person that posted the article privated their Twitter account, didn't respond to it, and moved on with their lives. It's almost like you hit them with facts and they run away. They scatter like cockroaches when you turn the light on. Sweet Baby Inc. is a Montreal-based narrative development studio. The campaign also has been impacting entities and games associated with Sweet Baby, journalists covering the issue, and others associated in various ways with the targets. You also may be at a loss to know how to talk about this issue and what, if anything, you can do about it. That's where we come in. And if you do any research whatsoever on where we come in, you find out that there are government grants, sponsorship programs, and narratives being pushed by agendas where people are making money because they are pushing diversity in the games. Which, again, like I've said multiple times, pushing diversity in games isn't necessarily a bad thing if you do it the right way. But holy crap, if you are going over the top with it, aggressive, and then attacking your consumer base, the same damn people that buy your games, coming at them for calling your ass out, there's a problem. Discord, Steam, and X have been the predominant platforms where the abuse and harassment has been taking place. In these spaces, lists of game studios, companies, and associated organizations are being circulated for targeting by members of the mob. Holy crap, are you insane? Like, certified, institutionalized, go get a padded room for writing that sentence. Nobody is targeting and attacking Sweet Baby Inc. that I've seen. I mean, it's the internet. I'm sure if you look hard enough, you can find some random people out there that are just saying crap. But actual people aren't coming at Baby Inc. They are just talking about the situation and giving the full picture. Something that your side isn't doing. Sweet Baby Inc. is the problem. The people that work at Sweet Baby Inc. are the problem. That's what's being brought to light here. We're showing screenshots of legitimate messages that have been made by employees at Sweet Baby Inc. that actually happened. These are tangible things that you can look at and read, and you can say they're out of context as much as you want. But if it happens time after time after time, I mean, how many messages, how many tweets, how many things have to be said before you actually turn the spotlight on the employees at Sweet Baby Inc. and say, maybe they are a little bit biased. Maybe there are a few screws loose on these people. Maybe they are the problem. No. It's the gamers that are the issue, not the people that work at Sweet Baby Inc. If you are to believe this garbage that's being shoved out there, pushing a narrative to create Gamergate 2. And, oh, by the way, the reason why they want Gamergate 2 is look back at Gamergate. It created all these organizations. They created all this money, this influx coming to them, creating jobs, careers, livelihoods. They need Gamergate. They need Gamergate 2 to happen for more grants, more reasons to push narratives, more, hey, look at this situation and how awful the gaming community is. You need to give us more money, government, so that we can defend against these people. That's the real reason. That's the answer. Follow the dollar. It's always about the money. And they're never going to say this in one of their articles because it would expose their entire fraudulent campaign. Large-scale harassment campaigns like this fuel and are fueled by political events. As political rhetoric heats up ahead of the US presidential election later this year, this kind of online activity is going to ramp up, and it's important to understand that these phenomena are interrelated. There has never been an iota of admission of any guilt or fault about Sweet Baby Inc. in any of this. How can you push a narrative forward and not talk about Sweet Baby Inc. employees, not recognize that there are some serious shortcomings, and that is the nicest way I can put it, about some of these insane people that work there. And I know a lot of people keep going, oh, it's just an employee, or oh, it's just a couple of employees. It's two employees so far that I've seen, plus one of the co-founders. So if you want to count her, it's 3 employees that have said, done, or tweeted very strange, odd, or quirky things that really don't align with what you would think the mission statement of Sweet Baby Inc. is. And you say, oh, it's only 2 or 3 people. Sweet Baby Inc. has under 50 employees. It's a very, very small organization. And then when you look at that, it's a Montreal-based studio, and then you find out that it's being backed by the Canadian government, being funded, then you have to dig a little deeper, and you see that the US has some government funding in it as well, and you keep looking into it, and you say, there's an agenda being pushed forward, a narrative that has to be seen, or else it completely dismisses their entire argument. As scholars and journalists have noted, the targeted harassment, hate, and cultural norms that were at the heart of Gamergate in the mid-2010s never went away. Well, if that's the case, then all the funding, all the grants, all the money you guys have been getting has done absolutely nothing to fix the problem. If that's the case. Which, by the way, I'd argue it's not the case, but you just literally defeated your own narrative here by saying that. People in game spaces, especially marginalized developers and content creators, face hate and harassment daily. In fact, research conducted by Takethis has outlined an entire spectrum of typology of extremism and dark participation in games that is bigger than any one movement, but underlies all of them. It can be scary or uncomfortable to think about, to talk about, and to understand. In overwhelming situations, it's not unusual to feel at a loss or have thoughts of helplessness. But there are things we can do to mitigate the harm. Oh, I don't know, like telling people the whole picture and letting people know that the whole reason all this started was because an employee at Sweet Baby Inc. took issue with a Steam curator group that was just simply putting all their games together and letting people know if they want to avoid this company because they don't believe with their agenda and what their narrative is, that they can go to the Steam curation group and avoid their games. But unfortunately, a person at Sweet Baby Inc. took issue with this and went on this firestorm, a tweeting spree, attacking this curator, trying to get them canceled. Why is this not talked about? Right there is the epicenter of the problem, and you're ignoring that and saying the result of that is actually the issue. It makes no sense. I can't keep reading this thing. It's way too long, and it doesn't get at the heart of the issue. And by reading this, you can gather that they want Gamergate 2 to happen. This is the beginning of it, and they want you to believe lies instead of the actual truth, the tangible things that have happened, that have transpired. They feel like that they can just propel these fake lies forward and say this is what's happened over and over and over again. It will just become the truth because no one is doing the full research on finding the epicenter of the problem. And that's where I come in, along with a lot of other YouTubers out there that are really fighting against this, saying we understand that there's hate, harassment, bad things that happen in the gaming community. We also understand that happens in basically every walk of life, and it sucks. But that doesn't mean that that's what gamers are all about. There's a lot of kind, loving, good-hearted, good-natured gamers that are out there that enjoy the hobby. And unfortunately, there are companies like Sweet Baby Inc. that are just injecting hatred, fueling the fire behind people, and lying about it, and not pointing the spotlight at themselves, and acknowledging their missteps, acknowledging that they've made mistakes, apologizing to the community, and moving forward for everyone to move in a better direction. Unfortunately, we just have more media spouting lies and pushing their propaganda narrative forward because it's what they do and they make money from this, and they have to have this narrative out there because it gets grants, it pays their bills, and they have to have this job because it's what they know, it's all they know, and it's all they've ever known. And right there is really unfortunate. Again, if you want more information, check out smashjt.com for the full article of resources. I will link it in the description below. And I'm sure this ain't the end of it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, you stay smashing.
If you're not in AAA, and if you're indie, or if you're freelance, and you're building a budget because you still have to, and you're writing up a pitch, I would say that you should consider adding the necessary funds for representation into your scope as you would any other item. Smash